Welcome to the official Zombies in Spaceland Easter egg tutorial, and let's go ahead and jump in with step 1. Now, what you need to do is check each of the locations I'm showing in my game for a boombox, a calculator, and an umbrella. The calculator could possibly spawn right there. Obviously, you saw the boombox in the first spot I was shooting. You need to go ahead and go pick that up if it spawned there. Or if you didn't have the calculator or the boombox, come check this bench that I'm shooting, and there will be an umbrella sitting there. Now, basically, in this spawn, you're guaranteed to get one of the 3 parts that you need for the SETICOM, which is the first step of the Easter egg. Now, go ahead, if you did not get the boombox, head down here because this is the next boombox spawn. Obviously, I got mine in my game, so there would be no reason for me to come check this if I was playing for real. But if I did not get a boombox, the second possible spawn for it would be down here sitting on that banister. So go ahead, pick up the boombox from there if you did not get it in the first location, but if you did not get it in either of those two, that means you 100% will get it in the third location that I'm going to show you in just a minute. But next up, we're going to go check the second umbrella spawn. So if your umbrella did not spawn in the very beginning, if you just have the boombox or the calculator, then the second possible spot that the umbrella could be is sitting right here in the dark. So obviously, if there's anything there in that location, go ahead and pick it up. That will be the umbrella. That is the second of 3 possible spawns for the umbrella. And the next up we're going to go check is the calculator. Now, real quick, while we have a second here while I'm running over to the calculator spawn, I just want to make a quick note that if you're doing this solo, you 100% are going to need to keep your starting pistol, and it helps a lot if you put extended mags on it. That's just a tip that you guys are going to see in just a second, and I'll go over why it's so important in just a second. You're going to need bomb stoppers and the starting pistol pack-a-punch, but we'll talk about that in just a second, just letting you know now. So here's the second calculator spawn. Obviously, I actually picked this up in my game. I should have picked up the boombox already, but I kind of ran past it in my recording. But that is the second possible spawn for the calculator. Obviously, you have the bench in the very kind of beginning of the map, and then you have that spot in the astrocade that you can run up, pick it up off the bench, and then move on. So the next 2 spawn points are the third and final spawn points for the actual boombox, and then the third and final spawn point for the actual calculator. So if your boombox was not downstairs and it was not in the spawn, it could be sitting right here on this counter, and it will be sitting right here in this counter if you check the other 2 spots. It will 100% be in one of those 3 spots: the underground, the beginning of the map, and then right there on the counter. Now, the next spawn for the calculator, so if your calculator was not in the spawn, it was not in the astrocade, it will be sitting right here on that yellow bench. Go ahead and hold square on it to pick it up. Obviously, I had already picked it up from the astrocade in my game, but it will be 100% in one of those 3 spots. And then third and finally, this is the third spawn for the umbrella. So this is the last spawn point where any of these items can possibly be. Again, you're going to need all 3 to complete this Easter egg, and the sooner you collect these and the sooner you open up Pack-a-Punch, the better, which is actually kind of like step 1.5, is you need to actually open up the Pack-a-Punch and go into the Pack-a-Punch, but I'll show you guys that in just a second. So go ahead, run up here and collect your third and final slot if you have not done it already. Obviously, this is where mine spawned in my game, so I have the umbrella now. Go ahead and collect that umbrella if it is sitting there, and then now you will have all 3 parts in your game, and you are ready to move on to the next step. So obviously, once you've collected all 3 SETICOM parts in this gameplay, I go ahead and run over and I collect the last boombox slot from over there. So once you have all 3 of these filled up, you need to go ahead and give it to David Hasselhoff. Now, this will take a infinite amount of time until you actually open up the Pack-a-Punch as well. I'll show you what that means in just a moment here. But as you can see, I have all 3 SETICOM parts. I go up and give it to him, and he basically says, "Now that's the stuff, kid." And then he says basically like, "Give me a little time, and I'll get this like prepared for you," or whatever. Basically, he'll say, "That's the stuff, kid," whenever you give him all 3 of them. He could be possibly spawned right there. He could be all the way up over here in Polar Peak, or he could be over here in the Kepler system. So go ahead, you guys know the spawns for David Hasselhoff. You're pretty well versed in it, and basically give it to him and you'll be ready to go. Now, the next thing you need to do is open up Pack-a-Punch. Obviously, you need to go through each and every of the portals, and again, there's one in the astrocade, there's one over here in Journey into Space, there's one in the Kepler system, and there's one in the Polar Peak. So if you don't know how to do this, there's a tutorial on my channel that you guys can go check out. I'll leave a link in the description as well. But basically, you need to go through all 4 of the portals, so all 4 of these lights are blue rather than yellow. And then, this is key, you have to go into the portal. You have to go into the Pack-a-Punch room, even if you don't have to Pack-a-Punch, because you do have to do this right away. Now, while you're here, go ahead and hold square on these little drones, because you will need them later on in the Easter egg. Go ahead, go back into the film, and then once you're in here, you will be good to go with that. Now, whenever you basically gone into the Pack-a-Punch and you give David Hasselhoff all of the different parts of the SETICOM, the next round that you go to will be the round that the SETICOM is actually crafted and ready to pick up. David Hasselhoff will hold it forever until you actually go into the projection room, so make sure you go in as soon as possible whenever you're ready. Now, whenever the zombie actually shows up, I'm gonna go ahead and kill him off and show you what happens the next round that you're ready to go. There he is. We're gonna go ahead and try to not die here, and you're gonna wait for the next round to start. It will have to say the next scene for it to be ready, but you guys will see what happens in just a moment here. So as you can see, it's gonna transfer over to scene 7. You're actually gonna get a little cue from this spaceship up here in just a moment. It might take just a second, but as you can see, it starts lighting up, and this basically is to signify that the Steadicam has been crafted. You don't even have to wait for it. You'll see it kind of like charging up or whatever. It'll be changing different colors, and then it'll start making just a really, really loud noise in the sky and changing colors. But basically, that's just to signify that the Steadicam has been crafted. You don't have to look at it. You don't even have to listen for it. You don't have to do anything. Just run over back to David Hasselhoff, talk to the DJ, and he will give you a fully crafted Steadicam. So obviously, once you get the Steadicam, you want to go ahead and whittle it down to one zombie. You'll see that you have one crafted in your inventory right there, and then you need to find the spot where you actually are able to place it down. Now, there are a couple different spots around the map. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys each and every one of them, and basically be kind of explaining how this works while it's going on. I'm going to show you guys gameplay of me actually doing it in just a second, but you obviously need to find the spot first. So go ahead. This is the first spot it could possibly be right here. You can tell if it's this spot because your controller will start vibrating if you're using a controller, or your screen will start shaking. You'll hear kind of like a little staticky sound. But that's the first spot. Obviously, I didn't have it there for me because nothing started shaking, nothing started vibrating, and I didn't get any sort of sound indication or anything like that. The next spot up that it could possibly be is over here in the Journey into Space. It will be sitting right here in this spot right here. Obviously, right on this blood, it'll start shaking and everything like that, and obviously I didn't have it for me there, but that is the second location. Basically, you're gonna have to do this 3 times, and it'll change locations each and every time. So the next spot is over here in the underground area underneath the Kepler system. It will be right here in the middle. Obviously, yes, this is my spot because you can see my screen is shaking, and it'll say, I have that little static, and it'll say press square to place part. I'm not gonna do that just yet. I'll show you guys gameplay in just a second of a different game with me actually completing this and being set up. But this is the part that you actually need the Pack-a-Punch starting pistol, and you need bomb stoppers because it's pretty much the only way to do it. But anyway, let's go ahead and move on to the next spot. Sorry there's so much just kind of going and showing you guys different spawns. This is kind of how they created the Easter egg, so I kind of have to go through it and show you guys each and every spot, and I figure it's better if I go ahead and do the entire gameplay, not just showing you short clips of each spot. But anyway, the next spot it could possibly be is right here, right on the other side of the bumper cars. So it could possibly be just basically right there, and it'll tell you to press X and hold X to place it there. One thing that you do need to know is that if you fail the Steadicam, it will basically spawn in, and if you fail it, it will be destroyed, obviously, and you have to go pick up a new one from Hasselhoff. I think you're allowed to do 3 tries per round. Obviously, you may not have enough ammo to do that. You get a max ammo if you complete it fully, but that's kind of like, again, it's not going to help you out too much if you fail it, which is why you need this gun with Pack-a-Punch and everything like that. The next spot is right here, right before you go into Polar Peak. It could be right here on the ground. Just go ahead and run up there, and it will say press X to place if that's one of your spawns. Now, there are only 2 more spawns left. We're almost done with all these spawns. And the next one is over here in the gift shop. It'll be right here. This one you can actually use the trap to help you out if you would like to, but it'll be right here in the middle of the gift shop. It'll start vibrating your screen, let you place it. And then last but not least, we have over here in the fountain area. It'll be right here next to this little thing. This really doesn't have any significance, but it will basically just let you place it down right there, and that is the last and final spot. So go ahead, check each of those locations. If you have a Steadicam in your inventory, one of them will be lighting up, and basically we move on to the defense round. So for this part, you're going to need good weapons. I honestly just recommend you Pack-a-Punch the starting pistol and get bomb stoppers because I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do. So this is the first round right here. As you can see, you have 60 seconds to defend it. Now, a little personal strategy here. For the first 2, I don't use anything except for the starting pistol. And then for the second one, I get the starting pistol with bomb stoppers, obviously, and quickies. Now, the zombies are going to attack you and attack this little radio thing at the exact same time. And obviously, you see it has a little bit of a health bar there. Now, the zombies are going to run over and swing at it, and it does not have very much health. The thing that's so good about the starting pistol is you can destroy zombies. It does a ton of damage, and it stuns zombies as well. So as you can see, a zombie got a little hit on there, and that will kind of bring the health down. And you have to protect it for the entire 60 seconds, and then after the very, very end of it, it will kind of explode, drop you a max ammo, and then you're allowed to go on to and then you're allowed to kind of move on. Now, you can only do this once per round, so you cannot find the next location until the next round. So as you can see, this is the next one. one here, and this one is 90 seconds. So obviously it just increases every single time. Now all you really need for the first two is just a pack punch starting pistol, like I said, with bomb stoppers on it. You do have to have bomb stoppers because it does more damage and stops you from being damaged at the same time, which is just absolutely essential. So go ahead, just keep on shooting here, use your grenades if need be, and defend this thing with all of your might, because you'll be being attacked by zombies. These zombies will be attacking the speaker, and you need to go ahead and defend it. But again, as long as you keep on shooting, if you just be liberal with your ammo, fire as much as you need to, and you'll be able to defend it for the first two. Again, you can only do this once per round, so go ahead and complete it, move on to the next round, get it back down to one zombie, and then just go ahead and do the next defense here. So after you get to the third one, this is where it starts getting very, very difficult. This is what I recommend your setup be. You need to craft a boombox, which is a green, blue in any of the token machines, or you need to craft a boombox using red, green. Those are the two different combinations. Yeah, I'm pretty sure if you're doing this on solo, you absolutely need a boombox. Doesn't matter how much ammo you have, because the maximum amount of ammo is not going to be enough to be able to defend it the entire time. Again, you can only do this once per round. Just, I want to keep mentioning that because I know people will be asking in the comments, being like, hey, I can't find my Steadicam defense spot. Number one, check to make sure you have it in your inventory, and number two, check to make sure you've gone on from the last round where you did the last defense. But basically, this is the strategy I like to do for defending the Steadicam on the third one, because it does get pretty darn difficult. What you need to do is just defend it with your pistol for as long as you can. Whenever you start seeing that you're being overrun, go ahead and drop a boombox down. Now, the boombox is basically like a monkey bomb that lasts even longer. It will kill every single zombie that is attracted to it 100%. Sometimes the zombies will still attack the Steadicam if they get glitched out or anything like that. But go ahead, just wait for the boombox to blow up and then continue defending. Now, the second thing that I recommend is a black hole grenade. Now, you can pretty much, as you can see there, the zombie just completely ignores the boombox and went ahead and started attacking it. But now, the second thing that I recommend is to buy a black hole grenade. It's only 25 tickets. You'll have to run around and find it. It'll be on one of these little kind of like ticket selling booths where you find the arcade cores or anything like that. But go ahead and just defend it and then toss out a black hole grenade. As you can see, it will defend it 100%. You don't have to shoot any more ammo for a couple of seconds. It's pretty darn good, and it'll explode out and kill a couple zombies at the very end. Now you basically just stuck with your pistol. You do absolutely have to have quickies for this last one, so make sure you have bomb stoppers, jug, and quickies. And then obviously if you're playing solo, you do want that up and atoms as well for that self revive, because I have been killed before doing this step. Now again, once you get down to the last of it, once you defend it for the last couple seconds, it will explode out. You'll get a max ammo, and then you can move on to the next step. Now, once you finish off the third Steadicam defense and you hold square to put it back into your inventory, all you have to do is just wait 2 rounds. Now, you don't have to go talk to Hasselhoff in this time. You don't have to do anything. All you have to do is just complete 2 full rounds in your game, and you were able to go up to Hasselhoff and actually ask him for these little speakers. Now, these speakers allow you to go ahead and enter the boss fight. Now, at this point, you can enter the boss fight whenever you'd like. Now, I do not strongly recommend you go into the boss fight until you get at least one of the 4 wonder weapons. I'm going to show you how to get 2 in this tutorial very quickly. It's just kind of like a quick rundown. It's very simple to do, but you do need to get at least 2 of these wonder weapons in your game before you go ahead and go face the final boss, because if you do not get these 2 wonder weapons, you are not going to beat this boss unless you're very lucky, because the boss doesn't take damage unless it's from these wonder weapons. So let's go ahead and move on to how you actually get these wonder weapons before you go on and place down the speakers and go into the boss fight. So to start off getting these parts, you need to get 1 coin of every color, 1 blue, 1 red, and 1 green, and put 1 coin of every color into this particular souvenir station right outside of the arcade. Now, this one will actually spit out a disco ball whenever you put in 1 coin of every color. The order does not matter, but it does have to be 1 coin of every color. And similarly, whenever you head over to the Kepler system, there's going to be another souvenir station right here. This one in particular requires 3 red coins, and it will spit out the part you need. So make sure you just do 3 red coins in the one by the Kepler system, 1 of each color, and the one over by the arcade, and then you can move on to getting the batteries for these weapons. All right, so to get the battery for this, all you need to do is go ahead and pop on some of these glasses. There will be a possible target sitting right there. There's another possible target sitting in the spawn right on over here, so go ahead and just pop that with your gun whenever you find it. Again, you're gonna need to find 5 of these. They're pretty much all dispersed between the spawn and the other point. There is another possible one that could spawn right there behind there, and you guys are gonna see the other possible spot that you can see from the spawn area in just a second. So we're gonna run up over here. anywhere up here. We're not sure exactly where it is. I think it's right there. I'm not exactly sure. I haven't ever had that spawn in my game. But go ahead and run into the arcade and you'll be able to continue on finding them. Another spawn is right here, up behind this little power switch. Go ahead and keep on running all the way up to the upper level. There is one that could possibly spawn in that trash can. There's another one that spawns outside this barrier right here, so it could be right there. There's one that spawns, boop, right there inside of that machine. There's one that can spawn right on the other side of this, which I did not get the spawn for. There's one right behind this alien. Go ahead and open up this door right here. There's one that can spawn in this alleyway somewhere right there. And then the last but not least, the last one that you can get in this area is right behind this bumper car right here. Now there is one more that we need to find. Now last but not least, there's one more that you can only see, and this is probably the hardest one to see. You can only kind of see it when you're ever looking at a certain angle, but it's basically hiding right there. Obviously I don't have it in my game because I've already shot all of the ones that I need. But again, just run up here, you'll be able to see it over there. And again, make sure you don't get hit while you're wearing these glasses, because sometimes the zombies can actually knock the glasses off of you. But go ahead and just take them right back off and head over here. So once you've shot all of the different targets, there will be a battery that spawns in the middle of the floor. Go ahead and grab that part, and you have the first of 2 that you need. All right, now the next battery that you need to get, obviously you need to collect these batteries as soon as possible, but they're very, very easy to get. You guys just saw the first one. The second one is right here on the back of this boat. You see it sitting right there. All you need to do is just shoot it off, boom, bada boom, it'll fall into the water, and it'll actually start popping up in these spouts over here on the right side. You see it right there. It'll pop up for a few seconds whenever it's kind of blast up, and then whenever the next one blasts up, you'll be able to see it. Oh, not there. Wait for it once again, there it is. Go ahead and grab that battery. You have both of the batteries, and now let's move on to the coin slots. So we're going to be completing both these wonder weapons at the same time, and to do this, you need to go buy the gold teeth from the arcade room. Now, once you have the gold teeth, or even before, it doesn't matter the order that you do this, go ahead and lure a brute underneath the alligator and have it clamp down on his head whenever he's underneath there. He will actually stop it from being clamped down and break the alligator's teeth. We're going to need this in just a little bit. But the next thing you need to do is you need to buy an arcane core on both of your weapons. Now, I'm going to just kind of do this in the order that I did it. So I ran over, bought an arcane core, and then you need to turn on the chromosphere trap and start sucking up zombies. It has to be this trap in particular for the wonder weapons that we are building. And as you can see, the zombies are being sucked up, and it is actually charging up the little UFOs that we released from the spawn room. You're going to see it kind of like get enough zombie souls. You'll tell that it has enough souls whenever it starts flying around the map. You can see it up in the air. It's that little red thing. And then whenever it's around and flying, you can start killing zombies underneath it to charging it up. It's like a moving soul box, and you need to keep on killing zombies, keep on getting the souls sucked in it with the weapon with an arcane core. If it doesn't have the arcane core on it, you basically cannot do that. You just buy that from any of the little ticket stands around the map, and once you've killed enough, you will see that it will drop a little tiny baby flame in this Kepler system. And again, just go ahead and pick it up, and whenever you have it picked up, you will have it in your inventory. Now we're going to move on to the second one, and the last thing you have to do for these wonder weapons. Go ahead and turn on the disco trap in the exact same way. It will kill zombies underneath it. Once it kills enough, this little UFO will stop flying around that little trap and flying around a bigger area, and as you can see, it has turned green this time, and that's how you know it's activated. It's just flying around the same trap anymore. It's now green and flying around the entire map. So go ahead, kill more zombies under it with any weapon with the arcane core. I just put it on my pistol here because it was the easiest, and as you can see, the more and more kills it's getting, the more and more charged it's getting, and eventually it's going to charge up the rest of the way, and it's going to drop this little green dot on the ground. That is a little elemental thing, and you're going to be able to run over, pick it up off the ground, and that will give you the arcane core on your gun. That will give you the little upgrade. So as you can see, we're finishing it off right now, and once it stops sucking in souls, it will kind of go find a little place to land. On the ground, we're going to run over, pick it up, and it will equip onto our weapon. Now, the last thing that we need to do is we need to go ahead and replace the teeth right here that are on the crocodile that we kind of broke earlier using the brute. We're going to go ahead and just hold square to replace those teeth, and then this will open up a little kind of opening just system thing here with different targets on it. You need to shoot the different targets with each of your 2 guns with the elemental upgrades. 2 of the targets will break. You're going to run over, grab those crystals, and now you have every single part. You can go ahead and get the wonder weapons. So once you have all 3 of the parts for each of these guns in your sticker packs, you need to go ahead and head underground to build the shredder. Now, the perks... So once you have all 3 of the parts for these wonder weapons, all you need to do is just head underground to go ahead and craft them. You place all 3 of the parts into the little alien statue right here. The gun will light up. Go ahead and grab it, and you have the shredder, which is pretty much one of the best ones that you can get. Additionally, all you need to do is head over to the arcade, place the 3 parts once again on this little alien, and then once you place the 3rd part, it will light up, and you'll have both the shredder and the discord, which are both very, very good guns for this boss fight, which are now ready to go into as long as you have those little radios. You picked them up from Hasselhoff. You have the discord. sword, you have the shredder, you are ready to go for the boss fight. So to get started with the boss fight, place the speakers in each of the 4 locations and then play a tone on the last one to start off the boss fight. So as you can see, there's gonna be 4 beams of light shooting up into the sky. Now each one of these beams represents a color, and you need to memorize these colors. If you're playing solo, just pause the game, write it down. It's very, very simple. You're gonna see me do that several times throughout this boss fight. So as you can see, I have the order written down. It's red, blue, green, yellow, and then this alien spaceship is going to play different notes and just put different colors into the sky. You don't need to know the notes at all. You just need to look up in the sky and see it. So that mine so far, I'm just barely glancing at it to avoid the zombies, but mine so far is yellow, red. So I'm gonna keep on training the zombies, keep on looking up. So now I know mine is yellow, red, blue, and now I know the exact order of the tone. I need to go ahead and activate those tones in the same order. Wait for them to turn white. That's the main key. You're gonna get bum, 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 whatever your tone is or anything like that. You're gonna know the order that you need to press them. Wait for them to turn white, and then run around and press them all in order as you see me do there. As you can see, the spaceship lights up as in a bunch of different colors. I have completed it correctly, and you need to do this 3 times. Now, the first time you're gonna have barely any zombies, but after you complete the first one, you're gonna get a bunch more zombies. Now, if you fail this step, this is big. If you fail the step, if you don't do it fast enough, you are on a time limit. You need to go and click all the buttons very, very quickly. And if you click them in the wrong order, you're gonna fail it, and you're gonna get a brute spawn, which I strongly recommend you take out the brute in order. So as you can see there, the next round starts, and I'm gonna get a red. So I go ahead and write down red. I look back up in the sky, it changes to blue. I pause, I write down blue so I don't forget this order, and then I can see kind of like the way that I need to run around here. So I have red, blue, and then I see yellow, so I know just by process of elimination, it's red, blue, yellow, green. So I'm gonna go ahead, I know the spots where my things are. They don't change ever, they don't ever change, are placed on the ground.
Just the order that you need to press them changes, basically. So I write it down, I plan out my route that I'm gonna be running. I spend all this time making sure that this is absolutely perfect, so I don't mess this up, I don't get a brute spawn, because they are really, really annoying to kill at these later rounds. I wait for the beams to turn white. Once they're white, I run around and I activate all these bad boys in the correct order, and after I activate the last one, you're gonna see that it goes up into the sky, and the alien spaceship is flashing a bunch of different colors. Now, you'll basically hear Willard Wyler say like some sort of weird quote or something like that. If you mess up, you'll hear a brute spawn, you'll have to kill the brute, yada, yada, yada. But there we go. That is 2 of them completed, and now we just need to do 1 more, which I'm gonna fast forward through till the very, very end, because now you guys get it down. You basically just need to memorize the order that all the different lights are, and then memorize the order that the alien spaceship gives you. Place the order on the ground, and then you're good to go. So after you complete all 3 rounds of the light game, what you need to do is just go ahead and start killing everything, because all the zombies will start turning into clowns. It will be a mini clown round, and it does not end until you kill off enough of the clowns. Now, once you kill off enough of the clowns, eventually the alien will start spawning in, and that's when you actually have to fight the alien. But as long as you're hearing squeaking, like the little clown honking and everything like that, that means the clown round is still going on, and you still need to be very, very aware, because these things can very, very quickly and very, very easily down you. But eventually, if you kill off enough of the clowns, the alien will spawn in, and he will start just kind of going around the map. Now, he has a couple different attacks. Number 1 is he can teleport to anywhere on the map. He oftentimes will teleport right in front of you, and if he teleports close enough to you, he will blast you back. He kind of pushes you back with a little force push, damages you by 2 zombies hits worth of damage, and also will kind of stun you and lock you into place. This is how you die 99% of the times when you play this thing, is the alien going right next to you and then kind of force pushing you away into the zombies and you dying. So you have to be careful of that. The rest of his attacks are very, very easy to dodge. He goes up on buildings, he shoots balls of electricity at you, and he also can raise zombies from the dead right underneath you. But all these are very, very easy to avoid. Again, it's an infinite spawning zombie round the entire time you're doing the boss fight. This is the entire strategy right here. You just run around in circles and you wait until he teleports right in front of you or somewhere you can hit him, and you zap him. But just again, make sure that you don't go too close to him, because he will push you away and hurt you. But basically, there's a little light on his neck that you can see. It will go from green to yellow to red, and then whenever it's red, once you damage him enough, he will actually go down in this little bubble shield, and then after a few seconds, he will expose his back, and you have to melee his back in order to break one of his 2 batteries, and you have to do this 3 times. Basically, you have to break the first battery, you have to break the second battery, and then the 3rd time you shoot him enough, he just straight up dies, and then you have to kill the UFO, but we'll get to that in just a second. This is what it looks like right here whenever you damage him enough. Obviously, he is red. I shoot him enough, he goes down in this little bubble
shield. You cannot attack him while he's in this bubble shield. Just kind of train the zombies away from him. Make sure you're not going to die when you go to melee him, and then run up, hit him in the back with your melee attack, and that will be 1/3 of the boss fight done. You have to do that 2 times, one for each of the 2 batteries he has in his backpack, and the 3rd time just to kill him. Now, each time that you get him down, whether you fail in meleeing the battery or you succeed in meleeing the battery, the first zombie you kill after that will drop a max ammo. So just keep that in mind. You will have ammo in that aspect, and that is the way you do it. Eventually, the boss will die, and you'll be able to just kind of move on from this absolutely terrible boss fight. I hate it so much. So once killing the alien, he will drop these 2 different power cells. You are able to take these into Pack-a-Punch and go ahead and install them in Pack-a-Punch. Go ahead and double upgrade your guns because you will have more than enough points, and you can go ahead and upgrade your Shredder in Discord. And now you are ready to finish off the final boss, which is the UFO. Now what you need to do this is just go ahead and subscribe to Conan Pizza because he's the only one who can complete this. I can't do it. It's just impossible. Okay, no, but for real, the only way I'm gonna be able to beat this is if I create a tutorial for myself. I must believe in the tutorial and believe in myself. So the last thing you need to do to finish off the final boss, get the piece of the soul key, is go ahead, use your Pack-a-Punch Discord or Shredder, shoot each one of the little dots around this giant ring, wait till the UFO is over the Pack-a-Punch area, go ahead, shoot one final time, it will shoot a beam up into the sky, killing the UFO, and they will drop the part of the soul key. So go ahead and grab that piece of the soul key. You've completed the Easter egg, you've completed the achievement. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, go ahead and leave a like, share with your friends, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.